Uh, okay. The technology has already told me that it is going on vacation. Although we still have work to do. We are having a time over here already, but it's okay though. It's okay. We are just steps away from our tech disconnect. And that is going to be our conversation today. So let's get some music and we'll get into it. Good day, good afternoon, because it's still 4 o'clock. It is still 4 o'clock Central, and it's still Friday. It's just the day after Turkey Day, you know what I'm saying? But welcome to Guuuuurl Listen. And this, of course, is streaming to LinkedIn and to YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, I would love it if you would like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Because we just, look. For me to be the soapbox person that I am, the topics of discussion are actually, pretty everyday things. And it's one opinion, but I am always open to having a conversation. So leaving your comments, having a conversation is where I thrive, just in case you hadn't noticed on the whole entire channel, like just in case you hadn't noticed. But yeah. The technology is doing what technology does. God bless it. It is still TGIFF though. It is still that G is Fire Fridays, because even though it is the day after Turkey Day, programming will continue as scheduled. We have our live, so semi-live recording of Guuuuurl Listen here first. And then we hop on over to 𝐓𝐴𝐶 Media, where we will be enjoying a replay of Guuuuurl Listen. And we will have a new episode of Ladies Listen Up. It is season 3. And I am bearing all of my soul. Yeah, all of it. But it's for a good cause. A number of us, as I've said before, are going through an unlearning phase. And some journeys are best traveled with company. So you're in good company. In fact, you're in great company. Great company, as I say. But before I get into our topic today, we, of course, have our beautiful merch at the Veiled Vault. You can get your cups, your mugs, your wine glasses. You can get a notebook, too. At the Veiled Vault. Get all your goodies. There'll be great holiday gifts, as somebody once said. Great holiday gifts. But what I'm about to get into is what Gwendolyn is about to get into. I'm on my tech disconnect. I go dark. Twice a year, I go dark. Twice a year. Because the human brain needs a break, y'all. The human brain needs a break from all of this. This is my annual tech disconnect. It typically happens in December. It also happens mid-year as well. Like after 6 months of dealing with whatever, it happens there as well. And I literally break away from all of the technology. I go dark. Now, let me just go ahead and say this really quick. I am not the person who is attached to her phone. Like it's just, I live a no sound, always on silent life. I don't even want it to vibrate. I don't want to hear anything. I have very, very, very few notifications. And when those come in, they come in silently. I don't want to hear anything. So for me to walk away from not using my phone for like 2 weeks, it does not bother me one moment. It just doesn't. I have no problems doing that. And I highly suggest it for a lot of people. sometimes we ask ourselves, how do we get to this certain level of anxiety and worryness? Is that a word? No, it's not a word. Well, I don't know. Worry? No. Yeah. I don't know why. Sometimes I'm just out here making up words. It makes sense when I said it out loud, and I'm like, wait, I don't know if that doesn't make sense now that I said it out loud. But this constant state of worrying. There you go. Some of it comes from what we feed our brains and our soul, our spirits. And I believe you got to be picky about your diet. Like you got to step away from some of this stuff and like not be in it every single moment. So a lot of us are attached to our technology from the moment we wake up at night until the damn that we go to bed. We're always in our screens. Our face is in some blue light all the time. And I don't believe it's healthy. I don't believe it's healthy. I believe that you need to, take some steps away. Yeah, I do this thing called Self-Care Sunday. I self-care all the time. It's Self-Care Sunday. Get yourself together if you can. But a lot of it is about detoxing on technology. Picking a time where you don't use your phone. Maybe you read a book, you play a game, you go for a walk, you meditate, whatever it is. But get out of your phone and get into something else that can feed your soul, can feed your mind. A good book is great. I mean, could you call somebody? You could, but the idea is to take time for yourself, break away, have a chat in your home, like invite friends over, sit with your kids, sit with your dog. I don't care, your rabbit. But let go of the technology. For some people, that's a hard thing to do. It is difficult to not have their phone in their hand. You know what I don't understand? Let me take a quick little side note here. What I don't understand are the people who want to drive and have their phone in their hand. First of all, driving is a job by itself because you have to have the awareness of what's currently happening and what's about to happen and what has happened. If you're driving and you look up ahead, quarter mile, and you're like, wow, look at all those red lights. We're slowing down. Let me slow down. Who's behind me? Are they driving too fast? Let me put on my hazard lights that says, look, we're slowing down quickly. Back up. Don't hit me. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of decision making that goes into driving. So I don't understand why people have their phones in their hands and they're driving. A lot of folks, in my opinion, operate a vehicle. They're not driving. That mindset, that thought process is not there. But second part is, what is so important that you have to have the phone in your hand? Like, what exactly is going on that you can't go a quarter mile to the grocery store without being in your phone? Like, I don't get it. And it's 2024 going on 25. Why are we still holding our phones? I know darn well you should be able to get a Bluetooth headset, speaker, something that you can be hands-free when you're on the phone. That technology is super cheap at this point. I know cheap is relative, but it's very affordable at this point. There is no need to still have your phone in your hand like this when you're driving. Why? And if you're driving even a semi-luxury vehicle, come on, cut that foolishness out. Like, full stop. Like, stop. Okay, now that I'm off of that sidebar, that little soapbox moment, let me go back to this. We're in our phones all the time. I go out to places with the hubs. The few times we go out, let's say dinner or something, I am surprised how people are at dinner and they're on their phones. Now, you can take a picture of your meal, your cocktail, whatever, because, creating content. I get it. But at what point do you put it down to have a conversation with somebody? Like you're on a date and you guys are both like, are you texting back and forth on your date? Like, is that how we do now? Like always on the phone, always. And I just do not understand I don't get the fascination. I don't have it. So I have no problem letting go of my technology. So like I said, twice a year, we go dark. I'm not on social media anywhere because this is my time to rest. It's vacation time. It is time to rest, time to step away. We're not writing anything. We're not creating any videos. Now, let me pause. I may record a blog and I may, again, take a quick video of the family and what we're doing or what cocktail I'm enjoying. I might do that, but it's not going to be seen immediately because I am not. So we are 0 for social media. We are 0 for work. My out of office is on. It says I am out of office, enjoying my time with my family and my friends. I'm going to see you when I see you. And that is it. I take my film camera, my roller cord. I take a nice set of film, like 5-6 rolls. And I enjoyed myself. I'm out exploring the world around me. You know, nothing against the phone. I love that. Technology has its place. But there is so much world to be lived. You know, but we're so caught up in everything else that we miss out. We miss the moments right in front of us. Right? Now, I'm not going to start quoting Ferris Bueller and stuff like that because it's not that kind of party. But we've got to recognize that you got to find some time to like relax, enjoy. It doesn't have to be on the beach, although the beach is where I thrive. I'm also good at a vineyard. You know, if you got a winery, you'll find me there. But we got to relax. We need to rest. I get that our society loves to talk about if you're not riding and grinding and no. There is more to life than work. What's the point of working and working and working and never enjoying the fruits of your labor? What's the point of that? What was the point? I mean, like, sorry. You know, do what you got to do to pay the bills. Yes. But then enjoy yourself too, because you're only here and then you're not here and then it's done. So this whole deal of working, people who go on vacation and still work, that I don't understand. It's called paid time off. It's paid. Why are we doing the two things? Like, what? That was never Gwendolyn, by the way. When it was my time off, trust me, I was out. You know, I'd get a book and I'm trying to decide what book I want to take. I am tempted on this next Tech Disconnect to reread my Octavia Butler series. I'm thinking about getting back into it as I look at it. Parable of the Sower. I may want to do Kindred again. I'm not really sure. But I'm thinking, do I want to read Octavia? Because I'm feeling like Octavia could... I am channeling Miss Butler right now. I'm feeling it. I feel a need to bring that back out. So I might take that book with me as I go see some family and enjoy myself. I might. But it's good to just like stop for a second. You got to stop. And people do talk about, well, if you did this, you know, you have to decide at some point what matters to you. Now, I have said this time and time again. I'm going to say it until I can't say it anymore. As my mama has said at every eulogy she has given, she has said she is yet to see a U-Haul follow a hearse. You ain't taking none of this stuff with you. So while you out here riding and grinding, I pray it's necessary. A lot of us have what we need. There's a lot of wants out here. a lot. Now, I love books. I'm looking at my library like, ooh, I could fill in some gaps. I don't need another book, but I would like another book, right? There's a difference between needs and wants. And our society has this obsession with stuff. I look around my home office right now, and I've been purging because when I leave this place, somebody has to do some with all of this stuff. And it's stuff. It is stuff. I'm at a place of what stuff really needs to be and what other stuff just needs to freaking go. Because it's a lot. I mean, I'm looking around like, what? In the moment, it made sense to me. In the moment, it made sense to have these things. And then you look at it and you're like, it's just clutter. And the older I get, the more committed I am to living a minimalist life. As in, I don't need the clutter. Now, books, that's a library. That's different. The rest of it, it can go. I don't need it. I don't need it. What we need, though, in this day and time, we need a place to relax. We need a place to recenter our soul. We need a place to stop and appreciate what is happening around us, who we have around us. We have choices. Now, we can only control our controllables. What you can control are the decisions you make, and you can control how you respond to what is happening around you. That is it. I can't make anybody do anything. If that was the case, people would actually drive. They would actually put on their turn signal when they're turning versus just hitting brakes. It's the little things in life that matter the most. If we could have people do things that we thought were better or best, we would have open, honest conversations about racism and the inequalities in this country, but we're not there yet. We're not there yet. So no, can't make anybody do anything. What I do recognize, what I recognized for myself years ago, is that we have to make a decision for the life we want to live. Some of us will stay in the rat race. We will continue attempting to live the life that somebody somewhere thought, believes we should live. And you're going to find yourself being unhappy and miserable and worn out and tired of being tired. Those are choices. Those are choices. Or you can choose to put your time and your energy and your attention into what matters most for you. For me, that is myself and my family and my friends. That's what matters most. We do enough to take care of the bills and have a little bit of fun here and there. And the rest, I ain't worried about the rest. You know, my car is paid for. We took the car in, we took the husband's car in to get an oil change. And of course, while you're there, they're like, look at all these beautiful new vehicles. They're like, oh, look at all these new vehicles. And I, for a hot moment, played with the idea of getting a new vehicle. And then I thought, you know what doesn't feel good? A new car with an auto loan doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel as good as a car that's paid off. No, it doesn't feel that great. No. My car does what it needs to do. Point A, point B, home safely. That's it. All this other stuff, it's like, what? Why are we doing all these things? Ask yourself, are those your values or somebody else's values? Because you could be spending time with those you really want to spend time with versus doing all this other stuff. And the question becomes, for what? To have the latest, greatest shoe on your feet that nobody recognizes? And check it. It's in one season, out the next. To have the latest bag? Okay, great. Now I got 8 bags. Now what? You got one hip. You can only carry so many bags a day. Everybody has their something. Trust me, I get it. My something is wine. I enjoy a good bottle of wine. So I work to make sure I have wine in the wine fridge. Yes. But I want to enjoy that wine with family and friends. So I make time for that. Choices. That's all I'm saying is you got choices. But stepping away from technology that keeps telling you all the things you're missing and all the things you don't have. And check it, it's not just technology. It is TV too. So when I go dark, I don't deal with any of that. Like, I might watch a movie, but typically I am out somewhere in nature, reading a book, enjoying music, dancing, doing something, walking around, exploring. But I don't want to be in front of a TV and I don't want to see what's going on anywhere else. I want to be disconnected. Disconnected. I can catch all that news whenever I come back to catching all the news. The same stuff every day anyway. And a lot of it, no offense, is built on fear. Fear of this, fear of that, fear of like, look, you can only control so much anyway. You can control your feelings. You can control what information you take in. And therefore, I don't take in all that stuff. I'm not worried about that stuff. I'm not worried about it. Nothing to worry about. I will control what I can control and leave it at that. But to fester and to like get stuck and just marinate, it's like, I don't have time for that. And it gives you wrinkles. Okay? It gives you wrinkles. So spend some time with your family. Spend some time with you. What do you want to do? Now, I've been talking about writing a book. It was on my list of aspirations for 2024. It got a little busy, so we did not, but I've already started it. So I would like to complete it in 2025. That is on my list of aspirations. And time away will give me time to do that. Work on some other projects. That could be it. If people talk about like a staycation, when we say time away, I'm like this. It's just disconnecting from the technology. Put it down. I go dark for 14 days. Sometimes longer than that because I don't miss it. That's just me. And if you have a business, any business, interacting on social media, it's a job. I don't care how it's a job. And so I don't want to do that work either. So there is that. But find time for what matters to you. That's my thought to you. Make more family time. People talk about how they love their family, this, that, and the other, and yet and still they don't spend time with them. You can make time with your family if you really wanted to. To talk about family to not show up, I don't understand it. And when people say, I do it for this, I understand putting food on the table. So I'm not saying that. And I understand making sure that XYZ is covered. I get that. But sometimes as parents, loved ones, what have you, we do a great deal believing that XYZ needs this. They don't need it. They don't need it. We want to shower them with gifts and we want to give them things that we never had. The key word there are things. They don't need those things. If there is anything that I look back on now that I cherish more than anything, it is the time. It's those experiences. It's the laughter. It's the stories. And because we had it, the videos that we have from those moments. Not worried about those things. And those things, they break. They don't last. However, I will say this. I do still have my very first camera that my parents gave me as a Christmas gift. I do have it. Memory hoarder, Gwendolyn. Memory hoarder. Yes, my very first camera. I still have it. So, I can't use it. It's a 110. Now, if I found some 110 film, would I try to use it? Hell yeah! I would love to see what it can do now. I would love it. But everything else, all that stuff, the clothes, the video game consoles, all that stuff, it's just, we don't really have to do all of that. I'm just saying. And I'm in my GG season, so I understand. But this is where we are, people. It is time to find your spot. My spot is on the beach with some water, some waves, some sun, a little bit of music. That's where Gwendolyn thrives. That's my spot. That's my spot. Ugh. If there's ever a place that you're going to find me, that will be the place to find me. And I will have a cocktail in hand, probably two cocktails in hand, because that's my spot. But we are coming to an end of this season. We have to bring this season to a close. It's about that time. And we have a couple of changes coming up. Clearly, we have been coming on every Friday, not every other Friday. We tried it. Okay, so I tried it. But every Friday just kind of works better for me. So we're going to stick to the every Friday. We'll update our messaging later. But our next season, well, let's see here. Let's check out the calendar. Since we're here, right? Might as well. Since we're here, we're real time. Our next season, if we're looking at the calendar, oh, looks like January 3rd. So January 3rd, if the good Lord allows, I will be here with all of you. We will talk about our 2025 aspirations. I am looking at a confetti cannon already, because you know I stay ready with the confetti. You know I stay ready. So we have our confetti cannon ready to bring in the new year. Yes, I'm excited about it. We're excited about the next season. We've got some really great topics. I've already been writing down some of those topics. Believe it or not, I'm not going to share them here because we ain't got to worry about it. But next season will be upon us. Cannot wait. Up until then, I mean, you may see some stuff from me. Just know I'm not really there. That's the beauty of technology. You can be in a number of places without being in a number of places. But I am going to say, see you all later. See you all next year, January 3rd, 2025. Put it on your calendars. And we will be doing Gwendolyn, stop. We will be doing every Friday moving forward. Unless, of course, something comes up. And there are a few moments where there are some conferences and special events that I already have planned for 2025. So there is that. But going to see you guys here. So let me say this. If you have not already, then by all means, make sure that you like, share, subscribe to this video. Again, we've got that G is Fire Fridays. Yes. I will be over on 𝐓𝐞𝐞 Media for the replay of Guuuuurl Listen and also the new episode of Ladies Listen Up. So join me there. And I highly suggest, if you have not, get on the GRH Jack. Did I get that right? GRH Jack. Yeah, I don't even know my own name sometimes. Too many letters in the name that I'm just like, what am I supposed to say? Yes, get on the email list so you can know what's coming up, what's already happened, catch a replay, something special, who knows? But I'm going to see you all next year. And I'm going to wish you all a good holiday. Yeah. Thank you for watching another episode of Guuuuurl Listen. Be sure to tune in every other Friday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we also invite you to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.